Small business owners overpay in taxes by $2,000 to $10,000 every year because they have not educated themselves in all of the areas that they need to. The government loves small business, and if you are in the United States, there are a slew of benefits available to you that you may not even be aware of. Now, there are two kinds of tax laws. There are those for employees and those for small businesses, and they are different. In fact, many people state that if you don't have at least one small business, then you are missing out. So, all of you that are thinking of starting an online tutoring business that live in the US, don't think about it anymore. Just do it, because you are going to qualify for these benefits just by trying to make a profit. Isn't that awesome? So in this video, you are going to learn how to keep more money, some programs that can help you keep track of your money throughout the year so that tax time is super easy, and one of the best books out there right now that can give you the right details about taxes. My name is Joanne Kaminski, and I have been self-employed as an online tutor since 2010. And I have seen some amazing benefits of having my own online tutoring business. And if you watched my last video, you would have seen how I messed up with my taxes big time because I didn't educate myself enough and know that I needed to pay quarterly taxes. And this mistake cost me $10,000. Once you make a $10,000 mistake, you'll learn very quickly, and you learn how to legally take advantage of the tax laws that can help you keep as much of your money as possible. So if you like learning how you can keep more money, hit like, subscribe, and that little bell so that you can stay up to date on the tax laws that are going to benefit you. Now, it is best practice to hire someone the first year that you do your taxes that is familiar with small businesses. But until that time, you will be able to save receipts and create an expense report that you will be able to give to the person who will do your taxes. Now, if you are the kind of person that likes to keep a paper trail, then create a file to put in your filing cabinet and simply name it Taxes 2000 blank. And every time you purchase something that's listed that I'm going to talk about, you're going to have a place to put that receipt. Inside of your wallet or purse, you can designate a place that you're going to put the receipts so that if you are out and about, you can put it there and not have to go searching through an endless pile of receipts later on. Now, if you like to keep track using online tools, there are two that are my absolute favorite. One is QuickBooks. I love QuickBooks because I can take a picture of my receipt and directly add it to my expenses for the month. Another reason I love QuickBooks is that it has a built-in GPS, so I can turn it on, and when I'm going on a trip, it's going to track my mileage for me and save it. I no longer need to write down my starting odometer and my ending odometer and record everything at a later time. I can track it while I'm driving and save it. And at the end of the year, I can take a look at how many miles I drove that was business related, and I have all the information that is needed. I have the dates that I traveled and the miles. They're all saved in one nice little package. It's super sweet. Now, QuickBooks does have a free trial that you can check out. And one of the biggest assets is that it connects with TurboTax. So if you ever move over to this tool, then it's going to be helpful for you because you will not have to re-enter your information for taxes. TurboTax will just autofill the information from QuickBooks. So there's little room for mistakes if you have kept track throughout the year. I know that it's really easy to forget and to keep track of less and all of that, and that can be cost a lot of money at the end of the day. So now I immediately enter my expenses and voila, tax time is made super simple. Now there's another tool that's pretty awesome as well, and it is a complete back office for online tutors. It's called My School Books, and the biggest upside to this is that it has all of the tools that you're going to need to run your business. It has a way to keep track of your expenses, your mileage. You can even create a website. You can register new students. You can schedule students, send invoices, and collect payment. And the best part is it is only $12.95 a month, with the first 30 days being completely free. Everything is drag and drop, simple, easy for you. Now, you may be wondering what you can deduct. So as a business owner, you are allowed to deduct business expenses that classroom teachers are not allowed to deduct. You can keep track of your expenses using an Excel spreadsheet and then add them in each month so that when tax time comes, it really is super simple for you. I love to take the word trips. So I use the acronym TRIPS to help me with what I'm allowed to deduct as a business expense. So the T stands for travel, R, running my business, I, incur, P, personal development, and S equals supplies. So let's take a look at travel. The first area that you're going to be able to make tax deductions includes all of your travel expenses that are related to your business. So you're going to be able to deduct airfare, cabs, and food. All you need to do is hold on to your receipts, put them into your receipts for the current year's folder, and you're good to go. Now, when you get home, you're going to add up the receipts for the airfare as one expense, the cabs or travel as another expense, and all of the food as another expense. Then you're going to add up the total, put the information in an Excel spreadsheet that is similar to the one is similar to maybe one you've seen before. All of this information is in QuickBooks or My School Books, which is really super simple. And it's important to note that everything is 100% tax deduction except for the food. So food is a 50% deduction because you would normally need to eat anyways, but typically it is more expensive when you are traveling. Now, I've had people ask me if they're going to be tutoring online and they're traveling, can they write off that travel? And this answer has two parts. One is yes, and the other is no. If you are not going to that particular location for business purposes, then whether you tutor on your computer or not will not be a reason that you can write it off. However, it doesn't mean that you can't create a business reason for being there. For example, if you are meeting a client in person or you are networking with other tutors, then you can write off some of the expenses. So for example, I went on spring break a few years back with my family. We took a train to go to Hollywood from Wisconsin. And I was able to write off my train ticket and one of the nights there because I was meeting up with some of the members of the Insider Secrets Club. So we met for breakfast. So my meal then was 50% deduction. And the rest of the time was an added on vacation. So I couldn't figure everything into the mix, but it made the trip more affordable for us at that time. Because not only that, but I got to connect with two amazing people in our community, Brian Barnhart and Tammy Ordonez. And Brian brought his wife, Tammy brought her significant other, and we were able to get to know each other even better. It was an awesome, awesome experience. Now, R stands for running your business. Anything that you need to run your business can be a deduction. So here's a list of items that you can deduct. Membership sites, PayPal fees, your computer, internet, phone, any marketing that you do. As an online reading tutor, I utilize razkids.com, and I can put this on my expense report and deduct it. I also have other membership sites that I'm a part of that I can easily deduct as well. You can also deduct the expenses for a PayPal business account. So by opening up a PayPal business account, you can create automatic payments from clients on a monthly basis, which is super, super helpful. If you need computer equipment or if your computer equipment breaks down, you can deduct them. These items include the headsets, a mouse, your actual computer, your hard drive, anything else that's needed for you to use your computer to run your business. Another item that you can deduct is the amount of internet that you use for your business. So an example would be if you happen to use 75% of the internet to run your business, then you can take that total amount spent on the internet each month and divide that by 75%. And that is the amount that can be tax deductible. Now the same thing is true about the phone. If you have a separate line for your office, then you can deduct that. Most people, run their business using their cell phone. And if you used your cell phone 50% of the time for business and 50% of the time for pleasure, then you can deduct 50% of your phone bill. Now, every penny that you spend on marketing is a tax deduction. Marketing supplies include flyers, business cards, pay-per-click advertising, and banner advertising, although I don't suggest using those. Next is in the home. So a percentage of your house can even be tax deductible. So if this is something that you wish to do, you want to talk to the person that's doing your taxes and decide if this is a good decision for you or not. If you have a 2,000 square foot home and 10% of that home is taken up by your office, then you can deduct that amount of your mortgage payment. You can even deduct 10% of electricity since you need to run your business. And if you think about it, if you had a brick and mortar business, then you would have to pay these expenses. So the government does not treat a brick and mortar small business much different than a home business, which is why everyone should start a home business so they can start making these kinds of deductions. Now, some people who run a home business have a hard time being on top of like cleaning their house and running their business. These people hire a cleaning company to come on in and help. This is another business expense that can be deducted based on the percentage, again, of your office to your home. Now, not everything in your home is tax deductible, and each state has its own laws. So if you are in another country, you will have to check with the laws of your country. And this is why I highly suggest getting a tax accountant the first year to make sure that you are taking advantage of every benefit that you possibly can. Now, professional development is another area that you can deduct. So there is always information to learn out there, right? Whether you are learning more about owning your own business or you're getting professional development in the specific area that you're teaching online, you can deduct it. So here are some examples of areas that you can deduct. If you go to conferences, you can deduct those. If you purchase any books, like we have a book club, you can deduct the cost of the books. Any professional organizations that you join, any professional magazines that you have a subscription to, professional membership sites, any networking groups that you are part of, the Insider Secrets Club. See, there's no reason for you not to join us, right? Business coaching. If you purchase one of my programs, like the Reading Interventionist program, any conferences that you attend can be a deduction. I usually attend and speak at the Wisconsin State Reading Association Conference, the International Reading Association Conference, and homeschooling conferences and marketing conferences. And all of these can be written off as a business expense. Now, often when I hear about a book that contains the information that I need to grow my business or do something better, I go to Amazon and purchase it. Well, not only is it cheaper on Amazon, but it's also amazingly convenient. I mean, you can simply print a copy of your receipt, mark it in your expense report, and put it in a file where you can save a hard copy of all your reads. It's that simple. Now, I'm a member of the International Reading Association, and not only is my membership to the organization a deduction, but so are the monthly magazines that keep me on top of best practices. So anyone who is a member of the Insider Secrets Club, guess what? You can deduct your membership fee as a business expense. So it'd be crazy not to join us, right? Not only do you learn everything that you need to learn to run your business, but you also get to deduct this amount from the total amount that you have made in the year. Seriously, it is a win-win. And lastly, you can deduct any supplies that you need to run your business. So here's a list of some of the supplies that I utilize within my own online reading tutoring business. Notebooks, binders, staples, paper clips, tape, folders, pens, pencils, pencil sharpener, computer paper, ink for printer, computer, the Hue HD document camera. By the way, if you have not entered the free raffle, you want to enter that. There is still time. Winners are going to be picked on Valentine's Day. You'll be able to click on the link that's in the description and be able to enter so that you can win your very own HD Hue camera. Now, pretty much any office supplies that you need can be written off. And some of these may seem like tiny things to worry about, but some of them are more expensive, like printer paper. I mean, it all adds up, so it doesn't hurt to jot them down. Now, 70% of the amount of tax deductions that a home-based business can deduct completely get left off each year. So don't be part of that 70%. Take all of the advantages that you can. You will be required to pay your own health insurance and save your own money for retirement. So these deductions can help when it comes to those things. And this year, there's a new tax law in effect where you're going to be able to deduct 20% of your income after expenses. This means that if you made $50,000 for the year, then $10,000 is tax-free. Isn't that awesome? This is going to significantly reduce your taxes. This year, I purchased the book, Lower Your Taxes Big Time, 2019. We're reading it as a book club book right now in the Insider Secrets Club. And I wanted to make sure that not only was I aware of all the benefits of being a small business owner, but everyone in our group as well. I mean, it's easy to get taken advantage of by the government and have to pay additional taxes because you're not aware, of these benefits. And that is the last thing that I want to happen to anyone. This book shows you how to properly document any business deduction so you never have to worry about being audited. You get a tax subsidy of $5,000 or more just for starting up your own home business. You can turn tuition, entertainment, orthodontics, and other expenses into huge deductions. You can take advantage of small business tax changes and extensions recently passed by the American Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. And you can learn how to easily navigate and maximize that new 20% pass-through deduction that I mentioned earlier. Now, what are some of the things that you are excited about deducting? Were there some things that you didn't know about? Tell me in the comments below. I want to continue this discussion with you guys. Now, hopefully you don't make the mistake that many online tutors make in the first year, and don't forget to deduct everything that you can using tools like QuickBooks, My School Books, or anything else. Whichever tools you choose to use, they will help you. Now, tune in next week as we go through mistake number 26, which is not using the right keywords so that people can find you online. Now, oftentimes people will think too broadly, and there is already so much content for that content that people won't find you or your content unless it's on page 1 of Google. So learn what tools you can use to research what terms people are searching so that you can get found by your ideal client. My name is Joanne Kaminski, the online tutor business coach, helping you get found, hired, and referred. Here's till next time. Bye, everyone.